and they'll come onto the class. So, very, very welcome, everyone. I was thinking about what to teach today, and I thought, what better time to teach a yoga class for overstimulation because your girl is a little bit overstimulated. No, I'm joking. Um, Summer is a little bit more of a heightened time in terms of stimulation, so heightened smell, light, plans, heightened sound as well. So, which can be lovely, but can feel a little bit too much for your nervous system. So, we're thinking about soothing some of those aspects down today and reducing the hum of the outside world so you can return to within. Kind, compassionate, open, spacious. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position. I always like to sit up on a little bit of height, maybe sitting up on a cushion or a brick. Take a moment to arrive. Allow your body to soften into the props and the mat, the floor holding you. And notice the hum of the day begin to quiet. The stimulation of the world can begin to loosen its grip from you here. As we tend to the nervous system with breath, touch, and stillness. Beautiful. And open the eyes, and we're going to begin with a breathing practice. And it's called Kapalabhati. So, a nice, soothing, cleansing breath to clear away some of the stagnant, stale energy of the body and focus the mind. So, we're going to take 3 rounds of inhaling through the nose and exhaling short, sharp exhalations through the mouth. So, it sounds something like this. And as you short and sharply exhale, just imagine a sense of pumping the belly in towards the spine. So inhaling fully, exhale short, sharp exhalations, followed by a regular breath in and a regular breath out in between. So I'll guide you through each step of the way. Tilt the pelvis forward slightly, let the lower back soften, letting the shoulders soften away from the ears and have a sense of the spine elongating. You can close the eyes, relax the gaze. Let's begin our first round, Kapalabhati. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Until you're empty, pause. Inhale, regular breath in. Regular breath out. And again, inhale fully. Exhale. Small steps down a mountain. Pause when you're empty. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Regular inhale. Regular exhale. Just take a moment here. Eyes open, eyes closed. Let the breath resume back to its regular rhythm. And then open the eyes. Beautiful. We're going to move into a little bit of self massage. So let the left ear drop down towards your left shoulder and reach that left arm across the body over towards the right side of the neck and the right side of the shoulder. I'd like you to see if you can gently squeeze and release some of the flesh in between your fingers and your thumbs. Just using as much pressure as feels comfortable for you. You can let the muscles soften as you release and slowly work your way down into the shoulder and then up into the side of the neck. You can even close the eyes here, maybe using a little bit more pressure, maybe releasing and easing off edge if you want to. Just loosening some of the pockets of tightness and tension. Beautiful. Then you might bring your fingers to the base of your skull and gently massage the sides of the neck, circling and pressing into any tender spots. And just start to feel the warmth of your own touch grounding you. And then switching sides when you're ready. Take your time. Release the arm, right ear towards the right shoulder. Reach the right arm across the body towards the left side of the neck. Massage, gently squeeze, release, circle. Working your way down towards the shoulder. And then back up again. So obviously the most ideal, most glamorous option would be to get a massage, but sometimes it's quite nice just to give yourself a little bit of TLC, a bit of softening, tension, tightness from your own muscles. And then you might slide the hands towards the base of the skull and just gently massage the sides of the neck. Might find some tender spots you want to concentrate on for a little bit longer. You might finish off with both hands on both shoulders and neck at the same time. Let your head release down if you want to find any sweet and tender spots you want to hold, maybe release. And we'll keep going for about 10 more seconds. Beautiful. Once this massage feels complete, just drop the arms down, palms facing up for receiving. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a ha sound through the mouth. Open the eyes, and then we're going to come up to standing. So releasing your bricks to one side. You don't need your bricks as you come to stand. Keep your feet, knees about hip width apart. A little generous bend in your knees just to prevent from hyperextending into the legs. And then drop your left ear down towards your left shoulder. And just take a moment to roll the chin forwards and then back through the middle and then all the way back. Just adding a little bit of movement into the side stretch of the neck. And draw the head back towards your left shoulder. And then either staying here, or you can reach that left arm up and overhead and just rest it at the top of the ear. Take an inhale. Just really let your right arm, right shoulder get loose and heavy. Right fingertips reaching down. And then option to stay here, or maybe start to circle the right arm. So right arm circles forward slightly towards the front of the body, and then all the way back towards the right and then back. So almost like you're tracing a nice big semicircle around your body. Inhale for half the circle and exhale for the other half. You can even take that arm slightly more away from the body if you've got that space around you. Let's do that twice more, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. And when you're ready, release the left arm down, draw the head back through center. I'm going to take a breath in fully. Exhale, letting that breath go. We'll do the other side. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder and just let the head roll forwards and backwards for a moment. Almost like you're drawing a semicircle with your head. And then drawing the right ear back towards the right shoulder. And maybe you start to get that right arm involved. So wrap it around the crown of the head. Just rest it where the tip of the ear is. Take an inhale. Exhale. Just let your left arm get nice, loose and heavy. You might just have a little shuffle, wiggle of that left arm. And then maybe we start to circle that left arm forwards as we breathe in. And then circling it all the way back as we breathe out. So keep your hips, your shoulders, and your ankles in line. So try to resist the urge to lean too far forwards as that arm reaches back. It's just the arm that's moving through space and your body stays rooted in the center. Let's see if there's any part of that left arm that can release a little bit more. Breathing in and breathing out. Once this movement feels complete, just release that right arm down, lift the head back through center. We're going to take a breath in through the nose. A breath out through the mouth, let it go. Open the eyes. Let's take the legs out wide so you can face towards the long edge of your mat. I like to take it maybe 1 meter distance apart. So we're not going to go too wide. We're not going to go into wide-legged forward fold, but just take it a little bit wider than hip width apart. Make sure your soles of the feet are parallel towards the short edge of the mat. And then reach the arms out wide, out towards a T shape. I'm going to take an inhale as you are. As we exhale, bend into the right leg, reach that left arm across the body, touch it onto your right knee, outer right shin, or maybe down towards the ankle. Then inhale, come back into that standing position, starfish shape or arms out wide. Exhale, bend into your left leg, reach that right arm across the body towards your left side. Then inhale, come back through center. Just keep that going a couple more times. Exhale to bend and fold and twist. Inhale, rooting down through the feet to rise, and exhale. Keep that going with your breath, and I'd like you to see if you can focus a little bit less on the speed and more of the control of the movement. See if you can keep the muscles in the face soft. Let's take that once more on each side. With your own breath, inhale, open out wide. Exhale, fold, twist. Once more. Beautiful. Then inhale, come back through center, reach the arms up and overhead. As we exhale, cactus the arms and draw the elbows in line with the shoulders. I'm going to keep the arms in a cactus and heel toe the feet back together. So feet, knees about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Keep the arms in a cactus and just start to twist the body over towards the right. And then back through center and then over towards your left. So I'd like you to see if you can keep going, but keep the knees pointing forward. So it's just the upper body that's twisting from side to side. Again, keep rooting down through the feet. Stay stable, steady through your legs and your feet. Just take that once more on each side. A really nice way of just freeing up some space in the side body and the side of the lungs. So you can breathe a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands draw down through the midline, prayer hands to heart center. Beautiful. Release the arms down. We're going to turn towards the front of the mat. And this is where you might want to use your bricks here. So bring the bricks out wide. Keep your right foot in between your bricks and take a big step back with your left foot. We're going to come into kind of like a pyramid shape. So left foot, 45-degree angle over towards your left, front foot facing forwards. Keep your hips nice and square. So your right hip drawing back, left hip drawing forwards. Then take a breath in, little micro bend in that front leg. As we exhale, keep drawing the right hip back, left hip forwards, and then fold forwards, bring your hands down towards your bricks. So I'd like you to see if you can keep the bricks at a space that helps you to keep the spine lifted here. So you might want to draw the bricks a little bit further back, a bit further forwards. And then keep the fingertips or the hands on the brick, and we'll go into a little bit more of a cat-cow motion with your spine. So as we inhale, drop the belly, lift through the chest. As we exhale, push into your bricks as you round through the spine and drop the chin towards the chest. Keep that going just as far as was comfortable for you. Inhale to lift the chest, look forwards. And exhale to round, drop the head. Let's do that twice more. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center. As we exhale, keep the hands on the bricks. Just start to heel toe or shuffle that left foot back and then drop that back knee all the way down. You can untuck your back toe. Bring both bricks onto the inner edge of your right foot and heel toe your right foot out towards the right hand side. Now you can maneuver yourself here so that you get a little bit more opening through that right hip. So I always like to walk that right foot a little bit further forwards, sink down into that right hip, lift up through the chest. And an option to stay here in stillness, or maybe we just start to find a little bit more rounding through the hips here. So you can round through the hips in a clockwise motion a couple of times. Kind of stirring the pot of your pelvis. And then once you've gone a couple rounds in clockwise, you might change and go anti-clockwise. Beautiful. Just let the breath find a natural rhythm with your movement. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Then inhale, come back through center. And exhale, we're just going to drop that right knee back underneath that right hip. Release your bricks forwards. And then hands come underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift your knees. Exhale, pad the pads of the feet down towards the ground. And then start to slide the hands back towards you and rise all the way up to standing. So just come into a comfortable standing position. Beautiful. As you get up, take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. Beautiful. So we're just going to do that standing sequence on the other side. So take a big step forwards with your left foot and just bring your bricks so they're roughly underneath your shoulders. I always like to take them a little bit further back than I normally have it. And then right foot, 45-degree angle over towards the right, left foot, left hip facing forwards. Little micro bend in that front leg if you can. Take an inhale to lift up through the crown. And then as we exhale, start to fold forwards, but try and keep the spine parallel towards the earth as you find your bricks. You might bring the fingertips down towards your bricks instead, if that gives you a little bit more space. Or maybe the hands come down. And we'll do a little bit more of a cat-cow motion with your spine. So keep the lower body as it is. As we inhale, drop the belly. Lift up through the chest and the chin, the gaze. As we exhale, round through the lower back, middle back, upper back, chin to chest. Couple more rounds with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, we're just going to heel toe that back foot all the way back and then drop the back knee all the way down. You can untuck your back toe if you want to. Bring both bricks onto the inner edge of your left foot. Heel toe your left foot out towards the left-hand side. Give yourself a little bit more space. If you want to bring that left foot a little bit further forwards, you want to lunge a little bit further forwards, feel free. Maneuver the bricks so that you feel comfortable with your chest lifted here. And then maybe staying in stillness or perhaps just circling through the hips, one direction and the other. So just kind of lubricating, finding a little bit more space in the left hip. Change the direction if you want to. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Then sink into that left hip, lift through the chest, bend into that front leg, take a breath in. So we exhale, we're going to slowly lift up that left leg, bring that left knee back underneath the hip. And this time we're going to come into a seated position, however you want to, and then take the legs out wide here. So I'd like you to see if you want to bring your bricks behind you, if that helps you to keep the spine upright. Some of you might want to bring the hands down towards the ground. So just have a little play and see what helps to find a little bit more height and length in the spine. And then I'd like you to see if you can bend your legs slightly so the heels are pushing forwards and the toes are pointed up towards the sky. Just going to do a little bit of pelvis rotation, inner rotation, out, external rotation. So as we inhale, rotate the knees and the feet inwards. I'll just take a side on profile so you can see me. So you're rotating it inwards. And then as we exhale, we're just rotating it outwards, letting the knees drop out towards the side. Inhale to rotate in. And exhale, rotating out. Beautiful. Just bringing a little bit of movement, activation through the muscles in the lower back. And then you can keep like this, or see if you can bend your legs a little bit more and do the same thing. So we rotate in, and then we rotate out. Couple more times. Beautiful. Then inhale, draw the knees back through center, come into a cross-legged position. And then exhale, we're going to come to lie down on our front. But if you have a pillow, grab your pillow and bring your pillow about halfway down your mat. You're going to come to lie on the front of the body and bring the front of the hips and your lower abdomen on towards your pillow. So there's just a little bit of pressure in the lower abdomen, the hip area. And I'd like you to see if you can prop yourself up on your forearms. So your elbows are roughly underneath your shoulders. Then take an inhale and see if you can just wiggle the hips from side to side. It's almost like a really gentle massage for your front of the hips and the front of the lower abdomen. Keep wiggling side to side. You can relax through the shoulders and the head a little bit if you want to. And then when you're ready, let the elbows drop out towards the side. Rest chin cheek or forehead down. This time bend your legs, soles of the feet point up towards the sky. And then take a windshield wiper of your feet from side to side. You can even find some movement in your ankles as you sway. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Once this movement feels complete, just rest the legs back down towards the earth. And you're going to come into a face down relaxation. This is where your bricks might come in handy. So if you're anything like me, I quite have a slightly bigger chest area. So it's quite nice to get a little bit of a prop up with your bricks underneath your shoulders. Just maneuver the bricks so that your front of the shoulders can rest on your bricks. Sometimes I like to pad up the blanket so that when I bring the head down, I can turn the head and bring cheek down towards the blanket. Or you might just want to bring the chin down or forehead instead. Close the eyes, relax the gaze. Just really have a sense of the front of the body releasing into support of earth and props beneath. And take a few rounds of counted breathing here. When you're ready, inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one together. Inhale. Exhale. And keep that breathing rhythm or letting your breath resume back to its natural speed. You can turn the head over towards the opposite direction now. Three more breaths here. Finish your last breath. Exhale here. When you're ready, lift the head. Slide your bricks from underneath your shoulders to one side. And then push back through a hands and knees position. Beautiful. So we're going to set up for instant Maui, where we'll be for the rest of the class. We'll need a chair for this specific inversion. It's quite a looked over restorative posture because it's quite difficult to do in the studio because we do need a chair for this one. I'm going to show you some options of how you want to invert. If the second option is not feeling good, you can always remove the prop that's underneath your hips. So grab a hold of your chair. I'm just going to grab mine in a moment. Once you have your chair, just make sure that you turn the chair so the back of the chair is on the side of your mat so that when you hang your legs on top, your feet can hang over your chair. And then once you've got that set up, I always like to have a slightly softer surface on top of the chair. So for instance, you might place a blanket on top If you want an extra blanket, grab an extra blanket. If you only have one, you might want to have the blankets on top of you. And then if you've got a bolster, grab your bolster and bring your bolster just behind your chair. Leave some space for your head and your torso. If you don't have a bolster, you can use 2 bricks or 1 brick instead. Slide them together and just have that the same space in behind your chair. I always like to have something to cover the eyes handy. It can really be helpful, especially if you're blocking out some of the stimulation. And then we're going to set up. So I'm just going to demonstrate with my bolster. We're going to come to sit on our bricks or bolster. So just you can slide your prop a little bit further back so you can bring your legs in front. And then hold onto the chair, lift your legs and place the lower edges of your legs on the chair. So you might just need to maneuver yourself a little bit closer so that you can make sure the whole of the lower leg is supported by your chair. So the backs of the knees, the shins, the ankles, and your feet. And then maneuvering your props that's roughly in the lower back area. So we're thinking about the placement for supported bridge underneath your sacrum, the lowest part of your back. And then slowly shimmy your elbows and your head all the way down. Now, as you come up, you might just need to maneuver your prop underneath your lower back. Some people like it a little bit further forward. Some people like it a little bit further back. If you come into the shape and you're like, oh, Tash, not quite feeling this vibe, it's a little bit too much of an upside down angle for me, you can always remove the prop that's underneath your lower back and just simply bring your lower back down towards the earth. So options with your arms. Personal preference, I quite like to keep the hands quite close in towards the body, feel a little bit more contained. You can take the arms into a V shape, or you can reach the arms up and overhead. You've got something to cover the eyes, now would be a good time just to pop that on top. Similarly, if you want to cover the body with a blanket, this is a good time to do so. So take a moment to return back to your body. Notice if you want to shuffle, modify, adjust anything so that you can feel more comfortable and content in the shape that you find yourself in. If eyes are not already closed, you might think about closing the eyes now. Notice the back of the heart melting to the surface of the ground beneath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your breathing. Let your jaw unclench, your shoulders to drop. And here, beginning to release the noise of the outside world. I'll stay silent for about 7 minutes. But as I'm silent, just please know that I'm right here with you, and you'll hear my voice once we're ready to come out. Take about 3 more breaths here. Taking a breath in through your nose and then exhaling that breath, however feels intuitive for you. If you're ready to move, wiggle fingers, bring back some sensation into toes. You can use your hands to lift your hips and slide whatever's underneath your lower back to one side. So brick, bolster, and then draw the knees in towards your chest as they come off the chair and roll towards the side that you have a little bit more of an open space to the chest. So you might roll over towards your left or towards your right and just rest on the side body for a moment. Soaking up the effects of giving yourself that gift of rest for about 7 minutes. What a gift in this modern world. And then lifting yourself up to come into any comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes closed. You can relax the gaze to one spot. As you come up to seated, just take a moment, palms on tops of your knees, on tops of your thighs. Let your shoulders soften, tilt your pelvis forwards, and close the eyes. Just notice how you're feeling. If there's been any shifts in comparison to the start of class. Then bringing the hands in towards your heart space, dropping the chin down towards your chest, and silently repeating to yourself in your head, may I be well. May I be safe. May I be at ease. Take a last breath in, and then let that breath go. Open the eyes back into this space. Well done, everyone, for staying in stillness for 7 minutes. I did this earlier and I was feeling a little bit spaced out for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just give yourself some time to ease back into real life. Keep yourself hydrated, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you. Just going to end the video now, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.